Alright, this is Peter again from Go Peter Hosting, and on the previous video we've shown you how to open up a hosting account. Once again, it doesn't matter which company you choose. For the purpose of these videos we use our own hosting platform, so let's go there to gopeter.co.za and press enter. Alright, so I'm already logged in. Let me just log out quickly. So you'll land up on the page and click on login, put in your email address and your password for your account, and then let's go into your account. Two things I want to point out quickly is your services and domains. Let's go to domains first. Now if you just set up the account, your domain name will show you, but this little lock here will be red, it will be open. That means that your domain name hasn't propagated yet, and it can take anything from 15 minutes to an hour with some, or maybe a day or two, depends on how busy things are at the registrar itself. If it's an international domain, it can take as long as 7 days to propagate, which is something outside of our hands. We are not in control of that. But once everything is green here, your status is active, then you are ready to install your WordPress site. One thing we've disabled ourselves is the auto renewal. That is for your domain name to renew itself automatically every year, but that will be done from our account, and we don't want that to happen, so we disabled it. And that's just going to allow you to pay your annual renewal fee first, because before it renews. Right, let's go back to the previous page. Everything seems fine here with your domain name. Let's go to services, and there's your hosting account that you've chosen, the basic hosting. Again, everything's green and everything seems fine, so simply click on that, and inside here there are a few shortcuts to your cPanel, but you can simply go on to the left hand side here and log into your cPanel. The cPanel is where everything happens. Alright, most companies today use a cPanel, but there are some companies that doesn't use cPanel. They've got their own developed platforms for managing things. And they might not have a quick install for WordPress. So I'll be making a different video to show you how you can install WordPress from File Manager or through a FTP account if you do not have cPanel. But we are up to date with the times, so let's use that to our advantage. Scroll all the way down. Don't worry about all these icons that you see. Will show you a little bit more about what these are in some future videos. For now, go down to WordPress. If you don't see the Softulacious app installer WordPress icon, you'll also find it up there. Right, or you can just go forwards and backwards, depends on your browser, and then click on the WordPress install button. Nothing you need to do here, just simply click on install now. Right, this is where you're going to choose the domain name that you want to install WordPress on. If you do have subdomains, like I've got one there, then it will show there, but now we're just going to install WordPress on the main domain, which is called hellowordpress.co.za. In this field here, please make sure that it's empty. If there's anything inside here, it will try and install WordPress on a subdirectory and your website won't work. Then at the moment it's by default set to HTTP. We want to change that to HTTPS, and that will make sure that your site is secure. If you ever look at the top at the address, right at the top here, you'll see there's a little lock there. It's nicely locked, and that means that your domain is secure. People won't spend money on a website if the website is not secure, but some browsers, depends on your security settings, won't even let you in on a website that is not secure, and it might throw out a big red screen and says this is a dangerous site. Right, so that's all you need to fill in there. Your site name. This would be the site name also that will be appearing right at the top there where you see GoPira. Alright, let's type in there the site name, hello WordPress. You can change this inside of WordPress on a later stage as well, so don't worry too much about it now. We'll just call this a free WordPress WordPress training. Alright, and that's all you need to do there. And then password, it's recommended that you don't leave it at admin, because hackers and malware would normally try and hack your site by you trying admin at first. So let's just change that to something else. I'll just call it hello WordPress, HWP admin. You can put in there whatever you want. Your password needs to be quite strong. You might be able to install WordPress without a very strong password, but on a later stage you will develop some problems with other plugins that you might want to install if you don't have a strong enough password. So let's go for gold here, and we'll call this hello .wordpress, and we'll say 2020 exclamation mark. Cool. Right, and that's all. Click and install. Now it's quite fast. It only takes a few seconds, and then it's done. There we go. Right. There are two links here. You'll see the one is your actual web address, and the other link is to access your WordPress backend. So just right click and open in a new tab. And it takes you straight into the WordPress dashboard. Now sometimes if you don't click on that link and you just open up things from scratch, it might not take you in because the database is still busy working on the background, and it might take 2 to 3 minutes sometimes for everything to work completely. But let's close that all, open a new tab. So the way that you will normally get into WordPress will be type in the address bar at the top. Don't type it in here, because if you type it in here, Google is going to do a search, and it might not find it because you haven't listed this new domain name with Google, and it won't come up in the search results. So you always type in right at the top. You don't need to type in www anymore. Those are what we did in the old days. You simply just type in your domain name, and in this case it would be hello wordpress.co.za. If you press enter now, you'll go to the website itself, but we want to go to the WordPress portion of it, so we'll go /wp-admin, and this is the login details for all WordPress websites, and press enter. Now it won't ask us to log in now because we were logged in just now right after the install, and once it asks you for your installation details, your browser will come up with a pop-up to ask if you want to save this. You can save it. It'll just save you some time to have to type in everything from scratch every time. Right, so that is it. There's your WordPress website. If you go to the top here, there's a link, visit your site. You can simply right click on that, make a habit out of doing that. So you'll be working on one page in WordPress and view your page. This is what WordPress looks like with a new 2020 theme. And on our next videos, we're going to show you how you can now start changing this by installing different themes and so forth. So there we go. You've got WordPress installed. Your WordPress site is up and running. And look at that. It is a secure site. Your SSL certificate is working perfectly.